What's going on, guys? Danny here from Metal Couch, and today I'm going to be talking about the recently released Megadeth track, Fatal Illusion. Now, a lot has happened with Megadeth over the course of 2015, Chris Broderick and Sean Drover departing the band, and I believe that actually caused this untitled new album. I guess it doesn't have a title. There's really not much news about this other than this track being released. You know, band members leaving, new members coming in. I think it may have halted the production of this album a little bit, and this is the first piece of music that we have received from this upcoming album. And I should probably go into this by saying that I believe that Super Collider was a terrible album and was just the absolute worst. And when it comes to modern Megadeth, it seems like on albums you are incredibly hit and miss. You'll find one or two songs here and there that you'll enjoy and be like, okay, that's a decent song, but I can just discard the rest of this album because it's just not very good. And with Fatal Illusion, I have a lot of questions. Namely, what the direction of this album is going to be, because the first 50 seconds of this particular track, which is, mind you, is like 4 minutes and 15 seconds. So around the first minute of this track is nothing but a discordant mess that could just be omitted completely. It serves no purpose on this track other than I want to make noises. And I don't necessarily know why it's here other than just to have noise. It was really weird, put it to you that way. As far as the drumming goes, I believe they got the drummer from, his name is Chris Adler. He's from Lamb of God, I believe. I don't really listen to Lamb of God, so I don't know much about his drumming style, but when it comes to this particular track, no better than Sean Drover, and Sean Drover has probably been one of the most generic Megadeth drummers I've ever had. It's just nothing really of note there. In fact, I believe the instrument that shines the most on this track is the bass guitar. It's really the only thing that I felt had a presence on the track that was notable and actually tried to have its own unique identity, whereas you have the solo work done by Mustaine and their new guitarist, who I don't even know what his name is. Like, that's how low-key this new album has been, and just, the last I saw, there was some kind of almost, like, Kickstarter campaign going on for this album, like not necessarily actually Kickstarter, but something similar to it. It's been incredibly bizarre attempting to follow this album, and off and on when I hear about it in the news, I see, oh look, they hired a new guitarist. I've never heard of him before, never seen him before, and the first time me hearing him on this track, he isn't shining at all. The solos are incredibly generic. They're the stock kind of stuff that you would expect with modern Megadeth, and I believe you can chalk that up to Mustaine being a control freak. He always has been. But bass guitar with Ellefson is actually pretty good. I feel like the song just abruptly ends for no apparent reason, and the lyrical content is as silly as ever. A man being put to death, but he didn't really die because he escaped the morgue at the end, because the coroner didn't check his body. Come on. Like, I've seen comments on the official YouTube video, oh man, this is evoking lyrical content and musicianship like Good Morning Black Friday. No. Not really. I mean, sure, it's kind of fast-paced like Black Friday, but it's not as good as Good Morning Black Friday. I mean, that's what we're dealing with here. Is, okay, they churn out something super generic that anybody in their right mind who has been listening to metal for a long time and has really gone deep into the genre looks at this and goes, what is this? What is this superficial trash? And that is what Megadeth has become. especially with Fatal Illusion. If this is any indicator of how the new album is going to be, I am not interested whatsoever. This track is nothing but a mess. It's barely over 4 minutes. You've got the first minute of it being nothing but noise, damn near discordant, and has no purpose. You have lyrical content which is complete garbage. Mustaine can't even hit high notes anymore. Not to mention the fact that they have to detune the guitars because his voice is literally dying out. And has been over the past few years. See any of their live performances after 2013. If you want to get technical, you can go before that, but... And people are excited for this. And I'm just sitting here going... I wonder why people still buy their albums. Man, I love Peace Sells. I love Rust in Peace. I like Killing Is My Business. But man, there's a difference between a legacy act there's a difference between a legacy act who just keeps on going on tour and play their classics, and then there's a legacy act that continues to try to make new material and the magic is gone and they're just embarrassing themselves. I've maybe hinted at this before, but I honestly believe that with the release of this track, and how I believe that this album is going to sound, because this is supposed to be a piece, a representative of what the final product is supposed to be, if this is what we're going to get, hang it up. If Super Collider wasn't enough of an indicator for you, hang it up. It's an embarrassment to the name, it's an embarrassment to their legacy. And the magic is gone. Fuck Fatal Illusion and fuck Megadeth at this point. I'm out.